First, I want to tell you a story about myself. About 7 years ago, I started to ride a mountain bike, and I ride it a lot. I go to the trip every Saturday for 3 years. And after that, I know a lot about mountain bike. So what I want to do is I want to keep what I know and share it to others in any ways. So what I have done to do that is I create my own website. It is called mountainbikediary.net. This website, I put everything I know about mountain bike in it. So I do it for 1 year. And after 1 year's end, I realized that I have more to share it with the internet. So first I want to ask you that who take that notes when you are studying? When you're studying, who keep that notes? Who keep it until today? Yes. And do you go back and look at it? Yes? No? Yeah. What I do is I keep my notes, but I don't have a chance to go back and look at it. So I think it is not worth keeping. How can I do it? How can I add value to it to make it worth keeping? What I come up with is I come up with another website. This is called site.com. I put everything I know in it. There are so many sections, maybe 4 or 5 sections in this website. But the section that we talk about today is the education. So the same thing you can see here with my new website and mountainbikediary.net is you have to master the content first. You have to know something about the content first and know it well so you can generate something from that. As you can see that there are many sections. Today I'll talk about education, and this is how it looks like right now. This project starts in Thailand, so it's not all in English. First, I want to show you my latest project on this website, and this is when I start doing it. It's called a Lightbox project. The idea is to use as less equipment as I can to express something on the internet. So what I have is one smartphone recording what I'm doing, and this is what I got from my Lightbox project. I'll show videos I have from it's come. So the videos I speed this up and I can express things, put sounds in. I don't want sounds right now. So I can you can see that I can draw things, explain things, and put sounds in. So I can do it in a shorter amount of time, and you cannot do it in the classroom because it will take a long time to do it. So how to do that? In order to do that, we have to change the whole way we learn things. How can we change it? First, I will show you how we usually learn in a classroom. So we go to the classroom, and then we got something from the classroom, go back home or to the dorm, and review, read a book, go through the lesson again, and then come back to the class, take a test or do a project, and then you are done with that. So it seems so simple, but we don't get so much from that. In order to generate the content, you have to do more than that. To master the content, I'll go through this step by step. So first, before go to the class, you have to go through everything in the class, in the lesson, and then find out what you don't understand about it. And then go to the class, listen to the teacher, to the lecturer, if they answer your question. And if they don't, ask them and come out from the class with a note filled with the answer you need. Then put your notes and the lesson, maybe books or other learning materials together, and then make sure that you understand it. Once you understand that, you can add more what you know before or what you want to know more about that. Once you have that knowledge, you can try to explain that. And that is what I say is how I test myself. And what I have done to explain that, I used to create a note on a sheet of paper and maybe write a diagram explaining everything what I know. And I used to try an audio, but it doesn't work well because it's boring. It sounds like listening to the videos. And I end up with videos. So I'll show you the example of my generated content. This is on my website. This is the first stage of my generated content, which is don't look pretty good. I come up with the new one, maybe some charts explaining things. This is another good one, I think. And what I end up with right now is I go through all of this, explaining it, and then put sounds in it. So I'll show you the videos, another videos. This is the videos that I already speed that up. Actually, there are sounds in this, and I go through everything, show all my work. And this is how it looks like. So once I finish this, what I expect in the future is when I have a generated content, I could master the content and go through all of it. We might get questions from others when we put it on the internet, on my website. And that led to critical thinking. So other things, what is important, what I am still confusing, what they think it is not important and shouldn't include it on my website. Or we can start a discussion on the internet, and we get more out of what we know. So why am I doing this? The reason I'm doing it is there are more than one ways to explain one thing. So when I am doing that, I share it with my friends, and what my friends come back and tell me is I understand more about that. And when others understand more about that, I'm glad I'm doing it. So there are more value. Right now my knowledge is value and worth keeping, and it is organized in my website. I can access to it anytime, and others can access to it too. So now my note is worth keeping. One thing I want you to keep in mind if you are trying to generate a content, this mistake does happen. And the first time I get someone to point out my mistake, I'm really glad about that, because that means someone is looking at my work carefully, and that is a good thing, but don't be depressed from it. And you contribute something to the internet. There are something more information on the internet. Once many people doing this, there will be more than one way explaining something, and others will understand something more than before. So it's good to do that. And this is a ground-up experiment. I start from zero, and I can go as far as I want. there are no rubric, there are no standards that you have to achieve. But you can do it. Like you don't have to stop doing it. And to sum this up, there are three main things. You have to change how you learn to master things. Once you can master that content, then you can generate something out of that content, and that's how you generate your student generated content, and that's how you can improve your learning. Thank you.